Hello the YouTubes, Ash back once again with a bit of a random video. A while back somebody commented and asked what all of these things were on my arm. That's you, Lindsay Wagner. I told you I was going to get this done about 2 months ago. Combination of just being ridiculously busy and horrendously lazy. And now I've got a bit more time on my hands. But I thought I would take advantage of that time and finally get this video done for you. You asked what's with the tattoos on my arm. What are they? Let's go through them, shall we? There aren't very many stories behind any of them, so I don't know how interesting this video is going to be. I know it's going to be an absolute bitch to get some of them onto the camera, but stick with me. We will get through this. We'll start with this arm because, well, there's not as many on there. We have Heisenberg here, Breaking Bad fan. Look, the thing is with me when it comes to tattoos, I don't really think them through. I don't sit and crave one for months on end and think that's what I'm going to have, that's going to change my life. I do a lot of these just on a whim, just because I'm bored or I have money or it just seems like a good idea at the time. I plan so much of everything else that I sit up all night and worry like all the time about everything in life. So tattoos for me is just a way to just go, oh fuck it, just do it. So one day just talking to my friend who's a tattooist and I just said I might get a Heisenberg one. No sooner as those words come out of my mouth, she's writing it in the book. When can you come in? Oh, so I'm getting it done then. So there it is. I did it. Why not? Quite like it. It actually gets noticed quite a bit, gets quite a bit of attention. Can't argue with that. That one there is really rough. It's the back cover of The Killing Joke. It's Batman and Joker in a playing card style. It's not the best. Again, as I say, I'm a bit of an idiot when it comes to tattoos. This was a guy who was just starting out. He was doing things on the cheap for a bit of practice. I thought I'd throw him a curveball, see how good he was. And to be fair, it's not the worst job in the world. Just a couple of the lines are a bit shaky. The detail's fairly decent, but the ink colouring is crap. But as I said, the guy hadn't been doing it that long, so I was helping somebody out. I wish I'd got that done by somebody else. But I don't regret letting him have a crack, because everybody's got to start somewhere. Higher up here, that is the first one I ever got. Yeah, it was just one of those things. I just thought, I wonder what it's like getting a tattoo. I'll have that one. Just got it done, and the rest is history. I got addicted. Within like 2 years, I had 7. Can't be helped. If you've got tattoos, you probably know what I'm talking about. Then inside the arm, biomech thing, which isn't bad. It's faded a little bit now, but again, I just fancied it, saw one that I liked, went in and got it. On this arm is Dragon. Again, no real story, but me and one of my best mates have got the same one, so that'll always be there and never get that one covered. Whereas that one, always got ideas to get that one extended, covered, or something done with it, because it was just a test. That one, you know, as I say, everybody's got to start somewhere. I started there. Then on the inside of this arm is what's supposed to be a dragon. It is now known as an angry seahorse. That one has got a story. I was in Blackpool for a weekend with my mates. We were completely shit-faced. Walked past a tattooist that had flash sheets outside, and I saw that and I was like, oh, I might get that. Managed to not get it on that day because I thought, oh, I really don't want to get a tattoo when I'm shedded. Oh, sorry, that was the Friday night. We'd been out all day, all night, plastered. Thought it'd be a bad idea to get a tattoo. Got up on the Saturday and thought, right, we're going to have a day off the drink because we still had Sunday to go. So we were just going to have a walk up the front and go to the Pleasure Beach or whatever. We got as far as about the 5th pub before we thought, oh, need something to take the edge off. We'll have a pint. Just pull us out of this and we'll be away. Had the 1 pint, kept on going, got to the last pub before the Pleasure Beach. We'll have one more before we go in. We were in there all day. All day. Came out, we'd probably had somewhere about 16 pints. And then I thought, I still want that tattoo. So me and my mate, we went in. I got the angry seahorse. And he got the 3 lions on his arm, England's 3 lions, which looked more like sea lions. But when I got in the chair, I said, like, I want that dragon and I want it there. And he was like, oh, you'll bruise if you get it there, mind. I said, well, I've had that one, it wasn't too bad. Then he knocked the top of a can of a special brew. I'm gonna bruise you. And then I looked up on the shelf. That was his fourth. That was his fourth can of special brew. He was probably more pissed than I was, which explains the job. There's patches in it all over the place. It's shit. But again, I've kept it as it is because it's a story. And it's a warning. Don't get a tattoo in Blackpool when you're pissed. But I imagine it was these ones that caught the eye, wondering what the hell these random things are. God, it's so hard to twist and turn and get on the camera with these. These all carry a similar theme. It started a few years back when my friend was working for somebody else in their shop, and they had, every Friday the 13th, they'd have an event on where you'd get just little tattoos this size, 13 quid each. So I thought one day, I was off on Friday the 13th, I'll have a look, I'll go and see what I fancy, and I got that one. 13 check marks, nice and simple. And then a couple of months later, it was another Friday the 13th. I thought, well, it'd be rude not to, because there was a couple more on the flash sheet that I'd seen that I thought, I quite like them as well, like. So I booked in, got that one, the skull with a 13 in. And then I was bored at work with nothing to do, and I thought, I could probably design my own here, something that fits me a little bit better with another Friday the 13th coming up. Because I think when I got my first one, there was like 3 Friday the 13ths in really quick succession within like about 6 months of each other or something. Really weird. At least that's what it felt like. So then I designed that one, just a clapperboard with 13 in, the word lucky. And that one there, which is a film reel, the film comes off. There's the 1 and there's the 3. I thought it was quite clever. I can't draw for shit, so Kelly did these. Kelly, my friend who was doing the tattoos. Then the plan was just keep going and I'll have 13 13s up my arm. And then we kept going. So I got that one next, the 3rd, and then down, I don't know if I got these done on the same day. I got them 2 done on the same day. Yeah, the club with the fire on, and the 31 because of The Offspring. Pretty fly for a white guy. He asked for a 13 and they drew a 31. Had to be done. Me and Kelly both love Offspring, so we thought, well, be rude not to. And this one was another random one that I came up with. Dr. Remy Hadley. I don't know if you watched House or not, but Olivia Wilde's character in House was called Dr. Remy Hadley, but for most of the show she was known simply as 13. So I thought that one would be nice, cryptic, bit daft. You might also notice as well, I used to get hammered, I still get hammered for this, that according to Kelly and John, these are upside down. Which, if you think about it, if it was a full sleeve, they would be. But the way I see it, and it's the same on this arm as well, the way I see it, I'm looking at them. I got these for me if I'm looking at them the right way up. That's my argument anyway. But then as I noticed when we got down here, I'd run out of space and I'd only got to 9. That one came after. That's one of the most recent ones. And I thought, well, if I'm only going to get to 9, how the hell am I going to get to 13?
That doesn't make sense.
So then we just started putting them on at daft angles, and the plan is just to keep going all the way around to make a sleeve of daft 13 themed random stuff. Then I got my Mad Hatter, little purple top hat, just because. Like I said, there's not really any meaning in most of these. That's quite recent as well, like an eyeball type thing, bleeding eye, which is pretty apt at the minute, seeing as I'm going to go for an eye operation soon. And then there's this one, which I didn't get on a Friday the 13th. This one actually has meaning. My girlfriend is called Becca, I call her B, that's a B. But if you notice, I managed to work it into the stripes. There's a 1, and there's a 3. Not blatantly obvious, but it's there, and I know it's there. The trouble with this one is, it got infected. I could have sworn I was putting all the right cream on it and looking after it well, but I must have missed a day and then put a hoodie on, and then the hoodie must have been minging, and it just got all bleh. All the colour came out, it knacked like hell. But I've since had it redone. Good old John Boy's done a fantastic job of touching them up.
That's what she said.
Which I'm pleased, because John loved that bit. He was so proud of it, and he was going to kick my ass when it got infected. Oh, I missed the plasters off. Plasters, unlucky. And then last but not least is this one. Yeah. I don't know how well you can see it. There's two things to note about this. One, it is the right way up, according to John and Kelly. I did that deliberately because I wanted it to stand out from the rest. The 13 there on the collar and HRH. Now HRH is the initials of my still-to-be-born son. Due in January, we've had the name picked out for months. We haven't told very many people what it is yet, so I'm not going to tell you what it stands for. I'm also not going to tell you the significance of the shirt and tie yet, because that might give away what his name is, and Becca would kick my ass. So there you are, those are my random 13s, continuing to going to be added to. I was supposed to get a black cat with a white one on its chest, and the tail was up like a 3. That was meant to go on last Friday the 13th, but I had man flu and I couldn't get out of bed, so I wrote that one off. So I've missed a Friday the 13th. My heart aches inside, but it'll be put right. I'm just going to go and get it done anyway, because Friday the 13th now are becoming so few and far between. I just can't wait for the next one anymore. I just want to keep adding, because it looks so random at the minute, with things just spewing off at different angles and stuff. The faster I add to it, the more you can see what's actually meant to happen there. But that's not all I've got. I've got a crappy tribal thing across my shoulders. I've got an amazing bust of a geeky girl on my side that'll never, ever, ever be finished. I wanted a pin-up girl. I'd found this pin-up girl online and my mate was reluctant to do it. Different friend, this one. He does more photoreal stuff. He's amazing. He was reluctant to do it because it was copyrighted, basically. He said, I'd rather do it with the artist's permission. And I said, I haven't got a clue who the artist is. So he said, well, I'll do you something that's more specific to you. So he drew this really cartoony but really hot chick with a Batman symbol tattoo above her chest, and it's awesome, but that hurt like hell. I managed to sit for a few hours. He got the outline done. I said I'd come back and get the rest done out. I went back once. He started shading the hair in. He shaded the bat symbol in. And I was just like, you know what? Let's just leave it. No one's ever going to see it. The size of me, I'm not going to take my top off in public. So let's just leave it there, shall we? So yeah, it's amazing. It's unfinished. It's just the way it is. And then, what else? Oh, I've got one on each calf, but I'm not getting my legs out. They're not exactly fantastic either. One's a Chinese dragon and one's the England Three Lions with the St George cross through. Must have been feeling patriotic one year. So yeah, that's it, Lindsay. Those are what my tattoos are. Like I said, not a lot of meaning there. Pretty daft, a lot of them, to be quite honest. Well, I have rambled on about these tattoos for a lot longer than I was expecting to. Hopefully you've managed to stick with me to the end, and if you have, well done, because this wasn't very interesting, I know. But if by some fluke you did like this video, please do hit the like button down below and let me know what you think in the comments. Please give me any suggestions for anything that I could do with this arm for like a 13 themed thing. That'd be awesome. And if you're not already, please do subscribe, because subscribers are awesome and I love you all. I think I've got another video coming this week actually. Bee's ordered me a box. She won't tell us what it is. She said I'll have to do a video on it, so I have no idea. It might be the shittest video idea in the world. It might be amazing. I'm going to film it anyway, and that'll probably be up tomorrow. So please do come back and watch that. And check the description box below for all my social media info and things like that. And as always, tell your friends, tell your family, but don't tell me mum. And I will see you next time.